Hello and welcome, my lovely Geminis. Gemini, your card in tarot is the Lovers card. This card is from the Illuminated Tarot, so the Hip and Trump cards are mixed in with the major arcana cards, and this is also represented by the Six of Hearts. Quite nostalgia, sweet memories. Alright, this is also your weekly intuitive energy and card reading for the week of September 16th through September 22nd, 2019. But remember that time is a pretense, and these readings could be something that happened to you already, is going to happen to you, or you are right in the thick of it. Alright, if you did check out my September 14th live reading, if you'd like to, please don't. It was terrible. It was a disaster. It was a train wreck. And the buffering just knocked me right. I was very hyped up this morning after the full moon. I was definitely intuitive. I was in the market, and I was able to I encountered this girl, and I knew she was a Cancer, and she was in this beautiful orange dress. And I knew she was a Cancer, and I asked her when she was. And I wanted to ask her more about herself, but I told her, I'm like, I really shouldn't have asked that much, because I'm still a little nervy about that kind of stuff. But I was just so lit. I knew it would be good. I was ready for it. I was nervous about it because I was also a little shaky. That's how lit I was. And it was so bad. It was just buffering and crazy. So that's why there's no link below. You could skip that one if you want, unless you want to watch a terrible YouTuber's it just wasn't good. I will take it down shortly, but I'm going to leave it up for a little while because I think I may have need a little humbling, a little quieting. My energy, it took all day to settle down today from the full moon. So let's get to it. Queen of Clovers. Me being the Queen of Clovers, my readings tend to focus on life, craft, action, nurturing ourselves and others, and using our will for the highest good and calling. All right, the energies above us, we have Virgo, Sun in Virgo. This is all about perfecting, about painting the life you want. It's about physically, earthly experience of all the changes we've been making over that golden summer. It is definitely, again, I said earthly experience, because with our spiritual experience comes from that full moon in Pisces. That's sensitive harvest moon. We're going to have high emotions that are going to be difficult to control. Our subconscious is going to be more intense. Feel it, don't you? Neptune, it rules Pisces, so expect disillusionment, disappointment, and of course overconfidence. So what else do we have? Well, for our love experience, we have Venus in Libra. Venus is currently retrograde, so that is all about revisiting and reviewing and kind of just like Mercury retrograde, where have we been expressing our affections with Venus in Libra? This is a gentle balancing of our love experience, but it is definitely it's definitely balancing our time and energy and where we're placing it. It's a reminder that there's a limit, and we should hold it for the ones we love. All right, so what did all these three energies compile up to? They compile up to one big, fat work, life, love balance, life, craft, action, which action is love. So definitely a week for my channel. But I'm going to pick up what energies you're bringing into the reading, what energies are going to hit you during this time, how that'll likely result. And then, of course, I have these two decks here, my Cartomancy Egyptian deck, and, of course, my Tattoo Tarot deck for messages from Spirit after I pull on your energies. All right, I have Death, the Nine of Swords, and the Eight of Clovers. This is upright. This card just blew my mind. I had to look it up and make sure I had it in upright because of this bird. But this is speediness. This is about ready to hatch. We've made our mark. We're ready to go. But the Death card is major change, Gemini. This is going to be sorry, I'm a little tired. This is going to be it's keeping you awake at night because you only know half of it. It's very difficult to understand. This is incomprehensive to you, this change, and it's happening so fast. The death card is the life and death cycle, but it's also a resting card. Remember, these cards were originally meant for life. They were meant for battle. So Four of Swords is that sometimes after battle, they would come lay in their coffins with their swords at their side and know that, a coffin, and know that they had survived. And sometimes that was done before, you know, facing your mortality before the battle at a Four of Swords, because in the Five of Swords, you're going to need to swing it. So it is definitely a major change. Queen of Pentacles, the Fool card upright, and the Chariot upright. All right, you definitely have a physical sign in your midst, a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is financial security above all. This Queen manifests nurturing so that there can be financial security. The Fool and the Chariot. You are definitely jumping in to something a bit earthen because you've had a breakthrough. The Chariot is a breakthrough this week. You're going to come to a point where holding back just will no longer be acceptable. You will have to move forward because you don't want to stay where you are anyway. Whatever change you're going through right now, before the energy of this week hits you, this Chariot and this Fool, this energy of this enlivening energy, this forward energy, remember this is the Seven of Swords as well. It does mean that there's been a cheat or deception. I feel it's more a deception for yourself. It's a realization that this love or this Queen of Diamonds, I say love because the Fool card is jumping into love, but whatever this venture is, you were deceiving yourself. You were cheating yourself out of this one. And that's really the knowledge and the death you're coming into. It feels like a stripping of self. This doesn't really feel like a betrayal from other people. Mostly because things are speeding up to a certain goal. You're coming into a change. You are definitely instituting this change. You definitely started this change, got it, set it in motion, initiated this change is the word I was looking for. Thank you, Spirit. And what they do want is they do want you to move forward. There's going to be a breakthrough. You're not going to be held back. I also like this Chariot card for you as far as moving forward, Gemini, because it is the two halves. We have the brown horse here and the gray horse here, and it feels like they're both pulling together. It feels very Gemini energy. It's kind of lovely, actually. Let's see what else we have here. Likely result of these energies hitting you. Okay, there's going to be nothing to talk about. This is really, really confusing. Because sometimes it's not discussable. All right. We're going to get some clarity on this, of course, but this is the debate card, this Two of Clovers. It's also the will we, won't we, is there a fire between us, or is there cold between us? There's a little indecision here. I feel like there's a separation of your two halves. I feel like things are a little boxed away in separate little like love and work, and you kind of separate those in your life right now, and you're kind of finding it difficult to cope. It just feels, you feel too disjointed. It's a very good way of coping for a Gemini. I've seen it a billion times. I have a Gemini son and a Gemini niece. And they do it all the time. Compartmentalize. Thank you, Spirit. I wondered why. Anyway, but I have you in the Hierophant here in the Nine of Diamonds. This is being able to take care of yourself, but it is in reverse. It is you, I'm sorry, the Hermit. You're coming out of this energy of aloneness. And there's some detractors. There's some people here that don't believe that you're really in love. They don't believe that whatever journey you're going on, even if it isn't a love journey, it's still a type of adventure. It's an earthen adventure. Perhaps it is even an adventure for this Nine of Diamonds, total self-sufficiency. And with that total self-sufficiency, it means you are going to choose your mate. You're not going to let somebody choose for you, and you're definitely not going to accept a family's decision. You're not going to marry by consensus. You're not going to love by consensus, Gemini, and that's a major issue right here for you. You may have come into a bit of a change. Spirit is saying those of you who are coming into a change right now, it's because you are releasing something that was chosen by your family. You don't understand how you got into this mess, and you're trying to get out of it very quickly. You're really trying to start a new journey, and you have so many detractors. I don't feel your defenses are really up. You're not as bothered by it as others would like to believe, my gems, but you aren't sleeping very well nonetheless. You just really aren't sure. There's a sense of like, how did I allow that to happen? Yeah, precarious position. This is messages from Spirit. What do you need to know about this reading? Spirit, what do Geminis need to know about this reading? Yeah, you were in a stuck position. You were in a precariously perched position, tied up. This is like something you got to get out of. You just don't even know how I got there. Well, yeah, because you succumb to the pressures around you, and family pressure is still pressure. It's just as, I almost got these exact same cards, except I didn't get these King of Swords. This would be you, Gemini. This is you raising your sword. This is physically manifesting from your power, from air, using your air. There, King of Swords is considered the highest initiate in Cartomancy as well. You are having a little trouble balancing things right now. It kind of gets you in a little bit of a bind. Spirit is saying, don't worry, do the fight, do the work, go to the battle. You are going to be doing it alone. You have a lot of lonely cards, even though I do have a possibility of you coming together with this earth sign. It's more of a decision of moving forward in a relationship, a second step in a relationship with the Chariot card. It's not the kind of step that would be moving in together, though. It feels like it's more of like, I'm going public with this shit because this is my happiness. And then as soon as you go public, you kind of get this feeling of everybody's talking behind my back, and then everybody's talking behind my back, and then I feel a little disappointment in love. I feel like I feel like there's a lack of acceptance of this earth sign or this earth venture that you're going into, and the people around you, your so-called loved ones, it's disrupting a lot of, it's hard to understand why they're not happy for you. It's really hard for you to understand. You wouldn't have had to go through this death if people could just be happy for you. All right, yeah. Somebody is poking at you, Gemini. They are saying that somebody is trying to steal your 10 of Cups. You're going to get some clarity on this. You're not going to get total clarity on this because deception is never clarified exactly. But no, it's there. You do have the 7 of Swords. That is somebody probably stealing from you. It could be illusionment and self-deception. I feel it is somebody's trying to guide you a certain way, and it's not towards your 10 of Cups. You know it's wrong. Adjust your path. That is what Spirit is saying. That's what a full moon corrects your path. Oh my God, my hand is itching. That tells me I'm on point too. A full moon is a course change, but it's usually just a kick in the ass to get you back on the road and back in your lane. Stay in your lane kind of energy. And this Pisces full moon, it is poking on a lot of your energies in terms of people kind of are reacting to your behavior, and you're just like, so? You don't like my girlfriend, the person I intend to marry, so? You got to give me a reason. You got to tell me, like, what's wrong with her. Otherwise, I don't see any problem. Ace of Swords in reverse. Again, this is a repeater card. For clarification, this is advice from Spirit. Yeah, you're going to come into this knowledge. Just be patient. Pay attention to your dreams, because you're going to come into that knowledge of that 7 of Swords involving this Queen of Earth. This Queen of Earth might be I think this is a warning from Spirit that the Queen of Earth is not right for you. No, it's somebody trying to steal this queen from you. Somebody who is advising you to not go towards this queen is actually trying to take this queen for themselves. I got that because that Seven of Swords is in reverse. Okay, Jack of Diamonds, entrepreneurial card. Two of Swords. It's a fear card. It is the fear of coming together. It is the fear of certain work. You're just leery about certain physical things around you. And the Ace of Diamonds, a new beginning in finance. All right, this is just quite simple. We're going to maybe try something more entrepreneurial. Maybe take a bit of a Knight of Pentacles, Jack of Diamonds, kind of adventure, kind of financial gain. But there's something about it that is has you a little leery. Don't worry. Dot the I's, cross the T's. This is a good financial beginning. It is in reverse, and that is because it's going to take a little more. Spirit says go for it. But Spirit also says it's going to take a little more paperwork, maybe, like a permit, or don't forget your permits kind of thing. It's going to take a little more work to get out of this Ace of Diamonds, to get that beginning going. It's just going to take a little longer. It's not even a big deal. Three of Hearts, you will have a reason to celebrate. Yeah, you've selected a love. I'm not sure if it's that Queen of Diamonds that popped up twice, or is that something you are concerned about financially. I feel it's more of a financial concern of yours, but I also feel like you do have an Earth sign in your midst, as somebody's trying to push away from you or push out of your life that you want in your life. It's kind of like a double message. It's a weird mix of messages for the various Geminis that are listening to this reading. But you've made your choice in love, whatever that choice is. It may not be that Earth sign, but this is options, and you've chosen your option. That's when it's in reverse. It's a selected option, something you're going to move forward with very quickly, and it's going to make you very happy. Spirit agrees, and Spirit is actually saying, just continue going the right way. You are going the right way. That's why Spirit is giving you some energy of that eight of Clovers. This is in the upright in the Chariot card. These are two cards in the first spread of energy that you're carrying with you that is starting to speed you along, starting to move forward. Spirit is saying, knock your socks off, loves, because you are ready for it. At the center of your reading is the Fool card. Let's keep that in mind. That means jump, motherfucker. All right, Geminis. That was totally your energy, by the way, that I picked up when I said that. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Again, please like, subscribe, share, comment, tip, or donate if the Spirit moves you. Again, go ahead and skip that train wreck of my full moon live reading, unless you want a good laugh. And please be nice in the comments. Don't be trolly. But definitely, if you want to connect with me one-on-one or book a personal reading, email me at qclovers1111@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to answer any of your questions. Have a very lovely week. You're just going to jump with your eyes closed. Seriously, Gemini, I know how you are. Have a good one.